Hi, this is ZZ10TV, and today we have a special presentation. Uh, I am your host Z, and we have a professional traveler, D. Your name is D, right?
Hello, konnichiwa,
All right.
minasan.
So, which country today are we going to talk about? We were thinking about talking about Jap- Japan, were we? Or are you okay with
Yes,
Japan?
Nippon or Nihon.
Nihon. Oh, you sound like the a very frequent traveler to Japan. So, for travelers to Japan, I was wondering, it how are foreigners foreigners treated? How are foreigners treated in Japan? Because this is a big one. Like tourists, they get treated differently. I thought, right? So, how are the foreigners treated in Japan? Or foreigners or travelers. Same.
They're treated very, very good. There's great hospitality in
Mm-hmm.
Japan,
Mm-hmm.
but don't try hitchhiking. Nobody will pick you up.
Why is that? Why is that? There's no What do you think?
It's not part of their culture to pick up hitchhikers. They don't understand it.
Oh yeah. So there's no yeah. It's a gesture, right?
But you get treated very good. Nobody stares at you,
Mm-hmm.
unlike the neighboring countries in Asia.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Elaborate, please.
It's rude to stare at people in Japan. So, as a foreigner who stands out, nobody
Yeah.
will stare at you.
So you're white and you can't stare. What's going on here?
Yeah, it's rude to stare. So, nobody stares at you. It's good.
Okay. So as a foreigner, you won't be stared upon, right?
Yeah, you won't be singled out as much.
Okay. Okay. So what's the big deal though? Like being as a
And you
foreigner in
can
Japan.
break any social rule in Japan as a foreigner. You're seen as like a kid.
Hmm. So like yeah. Okay. So what? You're just not part of culture, or what? Doesn't that feel you make you feel left out, or what's going on here, right?
Yeah, a little bit. If you don't know kanji, you can't read and write Japanese, you feel left out sometimes.
So why are so many foreigners living in Japan?
Um, because there are many fun things to do.
Hmm.
Beaches, mountains, culture, good food,
This is culture, probably, right?
fun parties.
Hmm. There are. There are, and to be honest, man, like I think it's the open-minded people in Japan that you know cultures like the foreigners like, right? Or I can't say foreigners, but like the people that visit Japan like, right? Not everyone's like that, but
Japanese are open-minded, really?
well, I don't know. Just saying, right? Are they
Mm-hmm.
open-minded, or is it that's a pretty strong statement? But are they open-minded? Do you think, right?
I don't know. They have that phrase saying that the nail that sticks out must be hammered down.
Okay.
So that seems more like a closed-minded system.
Yeah. Okay. So in Japan as a whole, like if a foreigner comes to Japan, what would you think is a foreigner? Like, what's the first like? Is it gonna be fun or what? What would they feel? What would they feel when they come to Japan? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, of course, everything fun, exciting, new smells, new tastes, new
Yeah,
sights. Yeah,
it's good, right?
it's good.
O-
Everything's a little different.
Okay. For
It's
for
just
for
what you want.
for example, okay. There's a Japanese bars where everyone gets drunk, right? And there's like a North American bars or a Western bar, right? What's the difference between these North American bars and Japanese bars? What's the difference? Would you say? Would you say, right?
Yeah, I think Japanese bars are usually different. You get your own private room and you hang out and party, and maybe you go to a
With your friends,
karaoke and you
or
party with your friends. Yes,
and what about these Western bars? Like
Western bars,
you're here to
they're
meet
more
new
dive
people.
bars. People hang out and drink.
You here to meet new people, or what? What's going on in the situation?
Yeah, I think it's easier to mingle in the Western style bars than the izakaya Japanese style of
And meet
partying.
meet new girls, or what do you think? Like they meet new people, or
Yeah, I mean private karaoke booths. It's pretty hard to meet new girls. You're not gonna walk in on their party. So Western style, where everything's open and you can walk around and talk to people, is easier maybe.
so maybe Western people are more open minded to meet new people.
Maybe, Japanese have a culture of not talking to strangers. They teach their children not to talk to strangers.
I see. So how about dating? Dating in Japan, how does that work? Like, if you can't really
Mm,
meet people, how would you date people in Japan?
Well, as a foreigner, you can go online, of course, or you can visit
Well, how do you
the
think
bars. But if you're in the countryside,
yeah,
it's tough.
as a foreigner? Okay, so you're talking the foreigner perspective. So you thinking foreigners can't get dates in Japan or what?
No, they can get dates, but you have to be living in the city where they
Mm-hmm.
have Western bars and large population.
How about the local Japanese people? How they get dates?
They meet people usually through university, high school friends,
Through
new
work?
employees, friends at work, colleagues. Yes, as a tourist, you're not working, so it's harder to meet people.
So like the foreigners are different, like in a sense, like they have no opportunity or just bars or saying.
Yeah, definitely. It's difficult as a foreigner. If you're Japanese, you can do this gokon or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's a party where there's a million girls and one guy.
Yeah. Okay, okay, I understand that. What do you? Okay, so like, I'm gonna change the subject a bit and flip it around, but socially, like, is driving different? Like, how's the mentality of drivers in Japan? Like, is it different, or how do you feel about that
Yeah, well, the roads are much smaller, so you can't go as fast generally. People are pretty polite on the roads
compared to?
compared to most cities around the world.
Where would you drive to?
Traffic is heavy, of course, in Japan, unless you pay for the private highways, which are very expensive.
And where would people drive to?
People like to drive maybe to Mount Fuji or to the beach side,
Mount Fuji,
drive along the beach roads.
beach beach roads. So the beaches in
Yeah,
Japan are
beach roads are
pretty
the best.
pretty clean, or
They are pretty clean. Some of them are a bit fishy. Of
compared
course,
to
beaches in Tokyo are pretty dirty,
compared to
Odaiba,
where?
but generally a lot of fresh water. There's
Yeah.
it's the meeting of several seas and oceans in Japan, so the water is generally fresh. They get a lot of rain.
Where would you
There's not
recommend?
a lot of mud.
Where would you recommend for a beach drive in Japan?
A lot of people do drive down to Boso on the Chiba Peninsula. Of course, you can
Chiba.
drive around all of Kyushu. That's a pretty easy drive.
Yeah. Mm, I see. Yeah, sounds like a plan. So, like for the people that want to visit Japan, what or live? You're talking about want to live in Japan, or would like actually visit Japan, or
Yeah, living is a different ball game. As a
so.
tourist, you can do whatever you want. When you're living there, you gotta act like a local.
So for visiting Japan, what would you recommend for people actually visiting Japan
I
to
recommend
have
rent a
fun?
car, sleep in the car
Mm-hmm.
at a different beach every day.
Well, yeah, there's beaches
Get a Honda
everywhere.
Fit, put the seats down, buy a
Mm-hmm.
cheap futon mattress,
Yeah.
sleep in the back. Do it not in the summer
Yeah.
because the summer is too hot to sleep in the car.
Super hippie.
Do it
Yeah.
maybe September, October, or even spring, April. even
Just hang
May
out and
maybe.
chill, eh? Yeah. Sounds good. Okay. Well, thank you, D, for your advice in
Thank
Japan.
you, Z.
Yeah, thank you very much. Um, yeah, if you have questions, please in the comments. D will most definitely comment and reply your comments. So let me know. Thank you, and please subscribe.
Sayonara.
Thank you.